Hey everyone, welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with y'all the books I plan on reading in April. Before we get into the video, I do want to make a little comment about my absence. I hadn't posted any videos for about 2 weeks. I was filming, I just wasn't posting anything. The 2 vlogs that went up before this video were the videos that I was filming over the weeks that I was gone. And I'm just gonna be real with you guys. My husband's away, he's in the army, he's in a training, doesn't have his phone often, and trying to be a mom, also trying to be my own person, I was losing myself. I had no motivation to even get ready. Like, I would barely get up to brush my teeth. Like, it was bad. I was not in a healthy place. I'm doing much better now. My husband comes home super soon, so I'm feeling a lot better, and that's why I hadn't been posting. I know one of my goals for the new year was to not have more than a 7-day gap in between my videos, but life got the best of me and I just went with it. I wasn't gonna force myself to make half-ass videos just so I was uploading. So I'm back now, I'm feeling great, and I'm ready for all the videos that I have planned. So let's just get into the video. So in the month of April, April 2nd to the 5th or the 6th, I can't remember, my family's coming to visit and they're staying at my house, so I don't know that I'll be reading too much while they're here. However, they are only here for about 4 or 5 days, so I'll be able to read in April, but while they're here I won't be able to read that much, so I'm not going to make a super ambitious April TBR, because last year in January was when I first started reading. I started reading at the end of January, and in 2022 my goal was to read the same amount or more books in that month that I read in the month last year. So in February I read 7 books. In 2021, this February I read 9 books. So I was feeling good. March, it's not looking that way. April, I read 11 books. I don't think I'll read 11 books in April. So I'm just sticking with making sure that however many books I read at the end of March is the amount that I've read at the end of March this year or more. So I didn't read as many books as I did last March and this March, but I've read more books this year at the end of March than I have last year at the end of March, if that makes sense. Anyways, let's just get into this video before I go crazy. So I only own 2 of the books that I plan on reading in April, and that's because others aren't out yet, or they're part of book of the month that I'm going to order as add-ons in my box. So anyways, I have 8 books in my April TBR and 2 of them are thickums, so I'm keeping it at 8. If I end up reading more, that would be fantastic, but I don't want to set the goal too high and not reach it, so I'm keeping it at 8. So the first book that I want to read that I own is Night Road by Kristen. Hanya. I got this book for my birthday book haul back in December, and I really want to read it. I've been told it's a lot like Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover, and I loved that book, so I'm really excited to read this one. This one is 385 pages, so this one's not too thick. It looks thick, but like the last of these pages, like this is all like other stuff. The book ends here. So anyways, ooh, I just saw something and I hope I didn't spoil it. I need to stop doing that. Anyways, I heard this book is a lot like Reminders of Him. Loved it. Want to read it in April. The next book I really want to read is A Little Life by Hanya, Yanakahara. This book is going to be the biggest book that I will read this year. I know that for a fact because this is an 800-page book, and there's no other books that I can think of that I plan on reading this year that are that big. But anyways, I don't know much about this book. I know there's a lot of triggers and it's very sad and depressing, and so I'm gonna keep that in the back of my mind when I go into it. As far as trigger warnings go, I'm not gonna look up trigger warnings. I'm not triggered super easily, so I think it'll be okay. I'm also not a super big crier when it comes to books. I'm not heartless, I promise. I don't know, I cried in like a couple books that I read last year, but in like majority of the books that I've read that people said, oh my god, it made me ugly cry, I'm like, am I just a stone cold bitch? Like, why won't I cry? cry. Anyways, I'm excited to see what this book has in store for me, if I cry or not. I'm not going to do a reading vlog with it because I'm going to take my time with it. Like I said, it is an 800-page book, so I think if I just take 8 days and read about 100 pages a day, I should finish it. I have seen some reading vlogs that were spoiler-free on this, and those are really fun to watch, and I would love to make one of my own, but I'm not going to put that pressure on me, so I want to read A Little Life. The next book I want to read that I don't have yet is The Magnolia Palace by Fiona Davis. I'm going to add that on in my April Book of the Month box, but I have the audiobook for that on Libby, so I'm excited to read that one. I heard it's a very good historical fiction, and I love historical fiction, so I'm going to give it a go in April. Another book that I will be adding on in my Book of the Month box is The Heart Principle by Helen Huang. I'm currently reading The Bride Test right now, so I figured I might as well just finish up the series in April. Even though basically they could be read as standalones, I might as well just finish up the series if I'm on the last one. So The Heart Principle, Helen Huang. I also plan on reading Pachinko by Min Jin Lee. That book also came out as an add-on on Book of the Month, but I think I'm just gonna get the paperback. The show looks really good. It's on Apple TV, which I don't have, so I won't be watching it, but everyone's talking about the show and everyone says good things about the book. The book has a really good rating, so I'm excited to read Pachinko. And then the rest of the books that are on my TBR for April are new releases that will be coming out in April, and if you watched my 2022 anticipated releases video, I'll link that up above somewhere. I mentioned these books, but I will mention them again for the sake of this video. So the book that comes out first in April, I believe it's April 5th. Let me double check. I have a note on my phone to keep track. Yes, April 5th, I'll be reading The Younger Wife by Sally Hepworth. This will be my first Sally Hepworth. I really wanted to read The Good Sister. I just never got to it. Hopefully I'll get to it in 2022. I don't know. But that book has really good reviews, so I have high hopes for The Younger Wife. And then I have 3 books that I want to read that all come out on April 26th. So I don't know if I'll get to all of them. That only gives me 4 days to read 3 books. So I'm not a magician, and I have a toddler who's freaking psycho, so I don't think I'll get to all of them. But it is The Children on the Hill by Jennifer McMahon, One of Us is Dead by Geneva Rose, and An Honest Lie by Taryn Fisher. I've never read a Taryn Fisher book before, but I have read Geneva Rose's The Perfect Marriage, and then Jennifer McMahon's The Drowning Kind. So the only author I haven't dipped my feet in yet is An Honest Lie, but I have high hopes for it. I have high hopes for all of these books. So anyways, so those are all the books that I plan on reading in April. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and turn on post notifications to be notified every time I upload. I have videos coming and they won't be 2 weeks apart anymore. I apologize about that. Please give this video a thumbs up, and thanks so much for watching. Bye!